Hey, so I want to talk about vision real quick. Vision. Um, with that, there's even old proverbs and things like that, philosophers, scripture, things like that that say, without a vision, we perish, right? And it's really, really important. Everything, every action, every item that we, every step we take, isn't it like a song from the 90s or 80s? Was it Michael Bolton? I don't know, way off here. But everything we do is either towards or away from something, right? So why is that important as a publisher or in BVM? We need a crystal clear vision to operate towards throughout the day because that guides our actions. That helps us consciously or unconsciously figure out my next task. Is that moving me towards my goal or away from it? Really great example might even be customer service, right? I know this is a message that both people pre-baseline and that are, in-print publishers are receiving. So there's kind of two ways here. If you're pre-print, you're not having a lot of customer service, but it's common to, be between appointments, making calls, and have a client reach out to us. Now, there's generally two camps here. What I find I heard Kathy Duran talk about this. She's sold over $1 million a year after year after year. Usually high performing publishers, what they do is they don't respond right away to the client. Not that they're trying to ignore them, but they're on a particular task or mission. They're getting yeses, they're going to an appointment. So they leave those things to the end of the day, not to forget them or ignore them, but it's part of their end of day tasks, letting them know, hey, I got your message. I'll call you or I'll call you shortly so we can set up a time to discuss, right? Because we know that great client service doesn't happen through email. It's not a great way to have a relationship. Client service happens through drop-offs and setting aside appropriate time for anything. That's true for anything. Having the appropriate time to show up to answer questions, work with someone. But if we don't have this clear vision of, I would like a 36-page magazine. I would like to be $10,000 over baseline, 15, 20, 25,000, 30,000, wherever you're at, right? I would like to reach baseline. You want to know that number? What is that? 10 to 15 ad agreements you can set as a target. But if you know the exact number, that's very, very helpful too. The more crystal clear the vision, the more we can self-assess and operate throughout the day. Am I doing things that is taking me closer to my goals, to my vision, or away from them? I'll give you one example. I was talking to a nephew about this. We're talking about what it looks like to buy a house. If many of you may have purchased a house, maybe some of you have not purchased a house or not interested in it. I know that's not always everybody's desire, but if you do want to buy a house, and this is a great vehicle for that, right? If you don't have one, or you don't have one currently, or you haven't bought one before, one thing that's really great for getting crystal clear on what it looks like to buy a house is to call a mortgage lender and ask them, hey, what would you need from me? Let's say I want to buy a house. What does that look like? They'll tell you, what you need in terms of paperwork to fill out, money in the bank, they'll just help you get very crystal clear, right? They know exactly what it takes to buy a house. So same thing in our business, whether it's reaching baseline, whether it's doubling baseline, whether it's launching a second magazine, tripling your baseline, earning 10 plus $1,000 a month, just using that as a reference point. Whatever that vision is for you, you want it crystal clear. In fact, something that I've operated off of for a long time is a morning sheet that I read and write, and it helps me keep my vision crystal clear. In fact, it's part of why, kind of give a silly plug. If anybody wants one of these, I'll send you one too. But this is a journal that I made a while back, and it's got things that help me keep my goals in life crystal clear every single morning, both at a daily level and a bigger level, right? Health, wealth, your mind, different things like that. So anyways, the more clear your vision, that's really, I hope, if nothing else out of this, it helps add that clarity with our vision, our purpose, our goal can drive us towards it in a very, very powerful way, especially when we keep it present. There's a book Aubrey Kincaid recommended or gave to me way back in 2015. Super great guy. I think it was called the Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino, and it talks about him having these like scrolls or some version of that, but morning, noon, and night, going through vision and goals, reading out loud, absorbing it, just to make it as clear as possible, precision clear in our mind. Not everybody needs the paper. Some people are very good at holding an image in their mind, right? A visual type person. That's fantastic. There are so many distractions in the world, though, in terms of social media or the news or whatever it is, kids, friends, family, all those things that it can start to creep in and make our vision a little bit muddy or unclear, or just our daily interactions. So we need to commit to ourselves to have a very, very clear vision. And that is it's an extremely powerful thing. So it can move someone. It's really wild too, what can happen when we start to get very clear and go, this is exactly what I would like out of life. This is what I desire, and how fast it can begin to take shape and unfold in your life. So have fun today. It's going to be really great seeing everyone at Vegas in a few days, and enjoy. If you want to share with me too, as we're talking today on the phone or tomorrow, whenever we're going to talk, I'd love to hear if, this helped with your vision, or if you have a crystal clear vision that, you're really, really working towards. It's always good to talk about those things. And off.